So you're writing stories. Do you remember when you were starting to write songs?
I think, I mean, it's so embarrassingly late, but yeah, I think like 19 or 20. It was right.
Oh, really?
Before,
So it was
yeah,
all stories
it was really
up to that
late.
point.
Yeah,
And but you were singing growing up.
Singing all the time, but I think for both things, it didn't. I didn't know that you could make a profession of that kind of thing. So writing these little stories and stuff, I never thought, oh, I'm gonna definitely try to be a professional writer. Or I'm gonna try to be a professional singer, because I thought the way that I was interested didn't count. That sounded sadder than I meant it to. Let's start again. The way that I was interested was so rewarding as a hobby, but I hadn't known that you could pursue it as a vocation.
Right.
Yeah.
But you were listening to music.
Surely you were listening to music. What kind of rock have you? Yes, I was listening to music.
So do you remember like first records, or I mean, did your parents have? Was your dad only listening to kind of classical lute music at home?
God, here we are. Okay. Dance party at my house. So every Friday, I was allowed to stay up till 10. And somebody went, ooh, I might do it tonight. You don't.
It's Thursday.
You don't know it's Thursday. So we would have a dance party every Friday night, and my mom and dad would dance.
Okay.
The four of us in my family. So it's my mom and my dad at that point, and me, and then my little brother Max, who is 5.5 years younger than me, and who was my favorite person in the world. And so Max was too tired to dance at 10, so we would just give him a flashlight and he would shake it. So he was the strobe light.
Wow.
And I was dancer number 1, who wasn't dancing with anybody, which has set trends that have remained. And then mom and dad would dance. Don't, that makes me feel too sad. And then my mom and dad would dance together until 10, and it was bedtime.
Oh man, and who was the DJ? Was it kind of everybody was just throwing
I
records
think
on,
mostly
or?
mom and dad were the DJ, who do you want to hear now? And then they'd go put somebody in. But it was mostly, we had like 4 CDs in the house, and these were them. Cher, Heart of Stone. I know that people I trust tell me that this is bad music. I don't believe it. I really like Cher, this album.
So you remember this record from being a kid and hearing this record?
Yeah.
And do you want to play something from this record?
Should we? Okay, yeah.
We,
Ready?
We should,
Ready? It's for mood, mostly.
Well, we need to appreciate this.
Okay. So Cher was a big deal at my house, and then Whitney Houston was a pretty big deal at my house. Yeah. Right. And Tina Turner.
Oh yeah.
And I think
Private Dancer record.
I think like for me that I started to really Cher, not so much, because I knew she was crazy, even if she was a good musician even then. But like Whitney Houston and Tina was how you were supposed to grow up to be. I remember my mom, like the first thing that she would say when I was a little kid was, make a muscle. And then she would say, you have legs like Tina Turner, and she would squeeze my legs. And so I really knew that it was important as a model of like feminine, but God, no wonder I am messed up, Whitney and Tina. And I think part of it is because they look alike, don't they? And I had not realized. A little bit, no? Can you, no? Is that just because it's the teeth?
Yeah, the smile.
The smile and the hair. And so I didn't realize why, and I was talking to, I don't know if it was you, Paper Tiger, or one of the other guys in Doomtree, but like when Whitney started her decline, like I'm not into celebrities, I don't read fashion magazines if I can help it, because I think they fuck with your head. But like walking down the grocery aisle when Whitney was on crack and everything, I was getting so emotionally involved, and I didn't know why, and I think it's because like when she looked like that, I know, and it was more than just like, oh, poor Whitney. It was like, I think it was because I associated her with my mother. So it was like someone in the family wasn't doing well. Didn't really plan how to segue out of that.
That was good.
Here's a plane.
So, okay, what's planes without motors?
Planes without motors. So my dad was a glider pilot, and a glider.
As a hobby or
professionally.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that, like, I was trying to figure out a good way to explain to you why I wasn't listening to music, or writing stories until I was like an adult already. And I think it's because I was like amassing the experiences that I would write about later, was how I decided to spin it.
Wow.
And so my dad was a pilot, and the particular kind of plane that he flew didn't have a propeller or any motors in it. So you'd be either towed up by another plane and your wings would twitch right and his wings would twitch left, and you would separate and then fly around.
Wow.
And I think that probably the theme of like motorless flight is one that will continue to be prevalent in all.
So you got to go up in the planes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot?
I kind of lived at the airport because my parents couldn't couldn't quite swing daycare and do, try to put everybody through master's degrees and be a pilot of a paper plane, essentially. So I spent most of my summers on the runways.
Wow. And was this in the Twin Cities area?
Mm-hmm. Or just like south of it, in Minnesota.
Wow. Amazing.
I can't tell if I should wait for you to ask me a question or if I should just roll through my palette.
You can. Is there? Well, I kind of want to hear a little share.
Okay, let's do it. Let's make that happen. Ready? If we have to minimize. Hey, my doc's back.
There you go. So you just got to minimize the thing.
Fantastic.
Okay. So which song is this?
This song is Just Like Jesse James, which as a 10-year-old is really hard to sing because it's so low. What do we got? Ready? So good. No one is having the same experience that Yeah, this is awesome.
So what was it about that tune that was this song that was?
I think she does have a really great, like, powerfully strong voice. I don't know if I should take it as camp or if I should take it as music, but I really liked the song, and I still do. I think I don't know if she writes her own stuff or not, but I like that she had a narrative.
Right, a story.
Yeah, I like that she had a narrative, and I like that her voice is so powerful. And her range is, like, ridiculous. You can give it. And then I'm sure just, like, singing with my mom.
Did you get into other Cher stuff? I mean, this was your first experience of Cher?
This is my
this record?
Yeah.
So did you go back to Sonny and Cher stuff?
In my adulthood, I've, Sonny and Cher and stuff, but I think my love for Cher lives on this album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
It's distracting, it's so good. You bought this record for your mom, you said.
No.
No. I haven't met anybody who I think is cool who likes this album, but I think that sucks. But I think it's great.
No, but the music from your childhood is like
absolutely.
You can't control that. You couldn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once it's there, you can't.
It's in.
It has so much more broader meaning for you.
I remember it was right.
It's not just music for you.
No, it's not just music. Yeah,
it's like a dance.
Like my brother has the little flashlight. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, holy crap.
And I think it was right before this, but I'd been listening to a Beatles song, and I told my dad that I liked to sing. He said, maybe you could think about doing that. And I said, I can't, because I can't breathe enough. And he said, what? And I had thought that because when artists de-breath their music, I thought there was just one. So listening to songs like this, at the beginning of the song, I would go, and I'd always pass out halfway through. So I thought I just wasn't built for it. Yeah.
Wow. Do you de-breath a lot of your songs now?
I like breaths. I keep them in. Yeah, and to give little girls hope. You can do this. Breathe when I do, I say.